Hello everyone, I'm Wanzi Pingbiao. Today, I will simply introduce a platinum yacht from Versus Factory. The latest version is a V3 version. Let's take a look at the weight of the entire watch. The V3 version. The weight of the entire watch is 150 grams. Because some models are 148 grams. It's not the dial, because the weight of the dial is uniform. The weight of the dial is 107 grams. The only difference is the weight of the strap. The length of the strap varies. And some are relatively larger, so the weight difference is the difference in the strap. For this white gold yacht, the best version currently is from Versus. Let's take a simple look at the details of the entire watch. The mirror is made of sapphire, which is highly transparent. The transparency of the entire watch is very good, including the edge of the mirror. You can take a look at the edge of the mirror. When we touch it with our hands, there is no feeling of cutting the hand. At 3 o'clock, it's a 25 times magnified calendar. Let's first look at the font in the calendar window. The entire font are all made by oil pressure process. The oil pressure process is that we can see it will have an oily three-dimensional effect, and the font are centered left, right, up and down. Let's take a look. There is also a small detail, that is, the small part of each tail number. At the very end, there is a small tail at the end. It is the most official style. The overall pointer inside. There is no sense of burr on the edges. The edges and corners are very smooth and very shiny, including the Versus. Its central axis is made of a solid central axis. You can take a look. It's a very beautiful central axis. It's a very classic Mercedes-Benz pointer. The edges of the overall scale have been rounded and polished. The edges and corners are very smooth. There is no sense of burrs. It doesn't feel like a knife stabbing. It's very smooth. And the edges are also very bright. The white part in the center is filled with luminous material. The entire watch has a luminous effect. The entire watch has an ice blue luminous effect. At night, it will be particularly bright. Both sides of the bezel can be rotated. Both sides of the bezel can be rotated. The outer part of the bezel are made with raised scales. The whole scale is raised, including the scale. The font edges are rounded. Treatment. It has a very three-dimensional effect. The edge of this tooth. You can take a look. Each of these serrations are very smooth. And it has been treated with a high gloss finish. The details are well done. Let's take a look at its inner shadow. The engravings on the inner shadow are very clear. The lettering, the spacing between the words is relatively uniform, and the depth of the font is also very deep. The case of this watch is made of 94 steel, made of tungsten alloy steel, so the weight of the watch case is relatively heavy. The strap is a Buddha rubber strap. This Buddha rubber strap, there is a memory steel sheet inside. Let's take a look at the buckle. Let's take a look at its buckle. At the logo position, there are no welding points. It's very clean, which has a matte texture inside. Let's look at the white part from the side. Do you see it? This white thing is a lubricating grease. For a new watch, we'll all have this white thing. It's equivalent to a lubricating effect. The font of the entire watch buckle. The font is very deep, including the place of the A. It has been modified. Now it's all a flathead A, to be more in line with the official version. The font of the whole watch is very deep, including the 750 logo and the dog logo are all made. The code of this Versus is W5T, including the small rectangle. In the case of macro photography, you can see there are several dots below it. The overall watch style. It is a solid bottom watch. Let's take a look at the center of the back cover. Has a brush texture. The four corners, the top dog head logo, and the 750 logo are all embossed. For this dog head logo, under a macro lens, you can see that the dog head logo is very clear. Let's take a look at the movement. But this movement, it still uses a Dandong movement, because the Dandong movement, it has strong stability. I have already loosened the back cover in advance, so it's easy for me. It's easier to unscrew it. Let's take a look. Although it is a watch with a solid bottom, but the entire watch's engravings inside, you can see that the engraving is very deep. The center of the brushed part is very delicate. Let's take a look at this movement together. This movement Versus is a Dandong 3235 movement. This model, it can store power for 72 hours. It has the best power reserve time. It is currently the best in terms of power reserve time, and stability is the best movement. For Dandong movement, both the fast and slow adjustment screws are on top, and there is an engraving on the bottom. This one, it is a Dandong movement. The engraving on the back of the watch's pendulum, you can take a look, which is a very clear swing open engraving. This movement is a molded movement. The gears inside are all real and movable. It's not like other versions, like you and others. Some of the gears inside is a kind of movement with a splint, you can see it. For the Versus, the overall polishing effect of this movement. The overall polishing effect is very good, including the back support. There is a very delicate pattern. The font is very deep. It's very beautiful. Let me adjust it for you. This one's time. The crown is a push-in type. Now turn it downwards. After selecting it, don't pull it out. Just twist it up directly. It is a manual winding strip. Then we gently pull it to the first gear and select up. See? It is to adjust the calendar. It's more enjoyable to adjust the calendar. There will be a clicking sound. Compared with the original one, is basically the same. Pulling to the second gear is to adjust the time. This one has a 24-hour calendar. It is in a state of smooth jumping. Let's take a look. It's now the 12th. See? It is in a state of calendar forward jump. That is, once it passes 12 o'clock, it will jump the calendar on time. This is called a smooth calendar. If it's a slow jumping calendar, it will start to jump slowly at 9 o'clock in the evening. It will start to jump the calendar slowly. That's called a slow calendar. After adjusting, push it to the bottom. Press it and turn it up, which is locking the head, which locks the head, the edge of the entire watch case. The arc feels. There is basically no feeling of cutting hands. The overall watch case is very shiny and beautiful. Let me try this watch on for you to see the effect. It has a 42mm dial diameter. The best version currently available is from Versus Factory. It's very handsome, this watch. Okay, that's all for today. See you next time.